Are you feeling overwhelmed by the challenges life throws your way? Do you find yourself constantly seeking solutions to common problems that seem insurmountable? In this video, we will explore each problem and learn how Buddhist teachings can guide us towards healing, growth, and ultimately, a more fulfilling life. Lesson 1. Dealing with failure. Failure is an inevitable and essential aspect of life, providing us with opportunities to learn, grow, and develop resilience. The teachings of Buddhism offer a unique perspective on failure, helping us to transform our setbacks into stepping stones on the path to success and spiritual growth. The first step in dealing with failure from a Buddhist perspective is to understand its true nature. Failure is not a personal reflection of our worth or abilities, but rather a natural consequence of our actions and the ever-changing conditions of life. By recognizing the impermanence of failure, we can begin to view it as a temporary setback rather than a definitive judgment on our character. Equanimity is a key quality cultivated in Buddhist practice. It refers to a balanced, non-reactive state of mind that remains calm and composed in the face of life's ups and downs. By cultivating equanimity, we can develop the mental and emotional resilience needed to navigate failure without becoming overwhelmed or disheartened. To cultivate equanimity, we must practice mindfulness and non-attachment. Mindfulness allows us to observe our thoughts and emotions with clarity and objectivity, while non-attachment helps us to let go of our clinging to specific outcomes or expectations. By developing these qualities, we can maintain a balanced perspective on failure, viewing it as a natural part of life rather than a personal catastrophe. A growth mindset, as opposed to a fixed mindset, is the belief that our abilities and qualities can be developed and improved through dedication and effort. This mindset is closely aligned with the Buddhist concept of anatta, or the absence of a fixed self. By embracing a growth mindset, we can view failure as an opportunity for learning and self-improvement, rather than a reflection of our innate abilities or worth. To cultivate a growth mindset, we must first recognize and challenge our limiting beliefs and assumptions. By replacing these beliefs with a more positive and constructive perspective, we can begin to see failure as a valuable learning experience rather than a personal defeat. Self-compassion is the practice of extending kindness, understanding, and forgiveness to ourselves in times of difficulty or failure. By cultivating self-compassion, we can create a supportive inner environment that encourages growth, healing, and resilience. To learn from failure, we must approach it with curiosity and openness, rather than defensiveness or denial. By examining our actions, thoughts, and emotions surrounding the failure, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. This newfound wisdom can then be applied to future endeavors, helping us to grow and evolve as individuals. The pursuit of perfection is a futile and ultimately unfulfilling endeavor. Buddhism teaches us that true happiness and fulfillment come from embracing our imperfections and accepting ourselves as we are, flaws and all. By letting go of our attachment to perfection, we can free ourselves from the fear of failure and the pressure to constantly perform and achieve. To embrace imperfection, we must first recognize and challenge our unrealistic expectations and standards. By cultivating self-compassion and a growth mindset, we can learn to accept and even celebrate our imperfections as an essential part of our unique human experience. Gratitude is the practice of acknowledging and appreciating the positive aspects of our lives, even in the face of failure or adversity. By cultivating gratitude, we can shift our focus away from our setbacks and towards the many blessings and opportunities that life has to offer. To practice gratitude, we can reflect on the people, experiences, and circumstances that have supported and enriched our lives. By expressing our appreciation for these blessings, we can cultivate a more positive and resilient mindset, helping us to navigate failure with grace and equanimity. The teachings of Buddhism offer a wealth of wisdom and practical guidance for dealing with failure. By understanding the nature of failure, cultivating equanimity, developing a growth mindset, practicing self-compassion, learning from our setbacks, embracing imperfection, and cultivating gratitude, we can transform our failures into valuable opportunities for growth, healing, and spiritual development. Lesson 2. Coping with emptiness. Emptiness is a central concept in Buddhism, which can be challenging to comprehend and integrate into our lives. The misconceptions surrounding emptiness often lead to feelings of existential dread, purposelessness, or disconnection from the world. By recognizing the interdependent nature of all phenomena, we can begin to appreciate the profound interconnectedness of the world around us. This understanding can help us cope with feelings of emptiness, as we realize that our existence is intimately connected with the existence of others and the world at large. Closely related to the concept of emptiness is the Buddhist principle of impermanence. Impermanence refers to the transient nature of all phenomena, including our thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Just as a river is constantly flowing and changing, so too are the various aspects of our lives. Embracing impermanence can help us cope with emptiness by allowing us to let go of attachments and expectations. When we recognize that everything is subject to change, we can cultivate a greater sense of acceptance and adaptability. This, in turn, can help alleviate feelings of emptiness as we learn to find stability and contentment within the ever-changing nature of life. Mindfulness is a crucial practice in Buddhism that can help us cope with emptiness. By cultivating mindfulness, we can develop a clearer understanding of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations, allowing us to see the interdependent and impermanent nature of our experiences. To cultivate mindfulness, we can engage in various meditation practices, such as focusing on the breath, body scans, or open awareness meditation. These practices help us develop a non-judgmental, present moment awareness, allowing us to observe the arising and passing away of thoughts and emotions without becoming overwhelmed or identified with them. Wisdom is another essential aspect of Buddhist practice that can help us cope with emptiness. Wisdom refers to the deep understanding of the true nature of reality, gained through direct experience and reflection. To develop wisdom, we can engage in contemplative practices, such as reflecting on the interdependent nature of all phenomena, the impermanence of our experiences, and the selfless nature of our existence. By cultivating wisdom and insight, we can gain a deeper understanding of emptiness and learn to navigate the complexities of life with greater clarity and discernment. Emptiness is not a passive concept, but rather a call to action, urging us to engage with the world in a compassionate and meaningful way. Recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings, we can cultivate a sense of responsibility and commitment to alleviating suffering and promoting well-being for all. To engage in compassionate action, we can practice the four immeasurable: loving kindness, compassion, empathetic joy, and equanimity. These practices help us cultivate a heartfelt connection with others, allowing us to respond to the world with kindness, understanding, and wisdom. Coping with emptiness can be a challenging journey, and it is essential to seek guidance and support from wise and compassionate teachers, mentors, or spiritual friends. By engaging with a supportive community and learning from those who have walked the path before us, we can gain valuable insights and encouragement to help us navigate the complexities of emptiness. By living in accordance with the principles of emptiness, interdependence, and impermanence, we can develop a deeper sense of meaning, purpose, and connection in our lives. This, in turn, can help us cope with feelings of emptiness and find lasting peace, happiness, and fulfillment. By recognizing the interdependent nature of all phenomena, embracing impermanence, cultivating mindfulness and wisdom, engaging in compassionate action, seeking guidance and support, and integrating our understanding of emptiness into our daily lives, we can learn to navigate the complexities of life with greater ease, clarity, and inner peace. Lesson 3. Navigating confusion. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and aware of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment or attachment. By cultivating mindfulness, we can develop a clearer understanding of our inner experiences and gain insight into the nature of our confusion. Another important teaching in Buddhism that can help us navigate confusion is the concept of impermanence. Impermanence refers to the fact that everything in life is constantly changing and evolving. By recognizing the impermanent nature of our thoughts, emotions, and circumstances, we can cultivate a greater sense of acceptance and adaptability, allowing us to navigate confusion with greater ease and grace. Mindfulness is the foundation for navigating confusion. By cultivating mindfulness, we can develop a clearer understanding of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations, allowing us to gain insight into the nature of our confusion. To cultivate mindfulness, we can practice various techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, and body scanning. These practices help us develop a greater sense of awareness and presence, allowing us to observe our inner experiences with greater clarity and objectivity. Non-attachment, or letting go, is another important teaching in Buddhism that can help us navigate confusion. Non-attachment means releasing our attachment to specific outcomes, beliefs, or expectations, allowing us to remain open and receptive to new possibilities. To practice non-attachment, we can cultivate a sense of curiosity and openness towards our thoughts and emotions without becoming overly identified with them. We can also practice letting go of our need for control, recognizing that life is inherently unpredictable and uncertain. Navigating confusion often requires seeking wisdom and guidance from others. In Buddhism, seeking guidance from a spiritual teacher or mentor is considered an important part of the spiritual path. We can also seek wisdom and guidance from books, teachings, and other resources that resonate with us. By learning from the experiences and insights of others, we can gain a broader perspective and develop a clearer understanding of our own confusion. Confusion often arises when we are uncertain about our values and priorities. By reflecting on our values and priorities, we can gain a clearer sense of direction and purpose, allowing us to navigate confusion with greater clarity and focus. Navigating confusion can be a challenging and frustrating process, and it's important to cultivate patience and compassion towards ourselves and others. By practicing patience and compassion, we can create a supportive and nurturing environment for ourselves, allowing us to navigate confusion with greater ease and grace. To cultivate patience and compassion, we can practice self-care and self-compassion techniques such as meditation, journaling, and self-reflection. We can also practice empathy and understanding towards others, recognizing that everyone experiences confusion and uncertainty at times. Navigating confusion often requires taking action and experimenting with new approaches. By taking action and trying new things, we can gain valuable insights and experiences that can help us clarify our path and overcome confusion. To take action and experiment, we can start small and take baby steps towards our goals. We can also be open to feedback and willing to adjust our approach based on our experiences and insights. By taking action and experimenting, we can cultivate a sense of curiosity and adventure, allowing us to navigate confusion with greater confidence and resilience. By cultivating mindfulness, practicing non-attachment, seeking wisdom and guidance, reflecting on our values and priorities, cultivating patience and compassion, and taking action and experimenting, we can navigate confusion with greater clarity, focus, and ease. Lesson 4. Addressing loneliness. Addressing loneliness is crucial for our mental, emotional, and even physical well-being. Buddhism teaches that loneliness arises from a misunderstanding of our true nature and the nature of reality. At the core of our being, we are interconnected with all other beings and phenomena. However, due to ignorance and the delusion of a separate self, we perceive ourselves as isolated entities, cut off from the world and those around us. This misperception gives rise to feelings of loneliness, alienation, and existential angst. One of the most powerful antidotes to loneliness is the cultivation of loving kindness. Metta is an unconditional, boundless love and goodwill that we can develop towards ourselves and all beings. By practicing metta meditation, we can gradually break down the barriers that separate us from others and foster a deep sense of connection and belonging. To develop mindfulness, practice paying attention to your breath, body, thoughts, and emotions as they arise and pass away. You can do this through formal meditation or by incorporating mindfulness into your daily activities, such as walking, eating, or washing dishes. As you become more present and attentive, you will find that feelings of loneliness begin to dissolve, replaced by a sense of spaciousness and interconnectedness. While inner practices like metta and mindfulness are essential for addressing loneliness, it is also important to cultivate meaningful connections with others. Buddhism emphasizes the value of spiritual friendship, or kalyana mitta, in supporting our growth and well-being. To forge meaningful connections, seek out like-minded individuals who share your values and aspirations. This could be through joining a local meditation group, attending workshops or retreats, or participating in online communities. As you engage with others in a supportive and nurturing environment, you will find that feelings of loneliness begin to fade, replaced by a sense of camaraderie and belonging. Engaging in altruistic action, such as volunteering, helping a neighbor, or simply offering a listening ear to a friend in need, can help us feel more connected and fulfilled. Buddhism teaches that our own happiness and the happiness of others are inextricably linked. By dedicating ourselves to the welfare of others, we not only alleviate their suffering but also our own. As we cultivate generosity, compassion, and empathy, we begin to see beyond the illusion of separateness and experience the profound interconnectedness of all beings. By applying these Buddhist teachings and practices, we can transform our experience of loneliness into one of connection, belonging, and inner peace. Lesson 5. Handling emotions in tough times. Emotions are neither inherently good nor bad. Rather, they serve as important messengers, providing valuable information about our inner world and our relationship with the external environment. By cultivating mindfulness and self-awareness, we can develop a deeper understanding of our emotions and their underlying causes, allowing us to respond to them with greater wisdom and compassion. Mindfulness, as previously mentioned, is the practice of being fully present and aware of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations in the present moment. By cultivating mindfulness, we can develop a clearer understanding of our emotional experiences and gain insight into their underlying causes. This clarity, in turn, allows us to respond to our emotions more skillfully and avoid being swept away by their intensity. To cultivate mindfulness of emotions, begin by finding a quiet and comfortable space where you can sit undisturbed for a few minutes. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, allowing your body and mind to relax. Then bring your attention to your emotional state, noticing any emotions that may be present without judgment or analysis. As you observe your emotions, try to identify their physical sensations in the body. For example, you might notice a tightness in your chest when feeling anxious or a heaviness in your stomach when feeling sad. By anchoring your awareness in these physical sensations, you can develop a greater sense of emotional awareness and prevent your emotions from overwhelming you. One of the key insights of Buddhist teachings is the understanding that our emotions are not an intrinsic part of who we are. Instead, they are temporary mental phenomena that arise and pass away in response to our experiences. By practicing non-identification with our emotions, we can create a sense of emotional spaciousness and prevent our emotions from defining or controlling us. To practice non-identification, try to observe your emotions with a sense of detached curiosity, as if you were watching a movie or a play. Recognize that your emotions are temporary and impermanent, and that they do not define your essential nature. This perspective can help you cultivate a greater sense of emotional balance and equanimity, even in the face of challenging emotions. In addition to non-identification, practicing acceptance is crucial for handling emotions in tough times. Acceptance does not mean passively resigning ourselves to our emotions or allowing them to dictate our actions. Rather, it involves acknowledging and embracing our emotions with compassion and understanding, allowing them to flow through us without resistance. To practice acceptance, try to cultivate an attitude of openness and curiosity towards your emotions. Instead of judging or suppressing them, Acknowledge their presence and allow them to be just as they are. By embracing our emotions with acceptance, we can create a space for healing and transformation, allowing our emotions to teach us valuable lessons about ourselves and our world. As we cultivate mindfulness, emotional awareness, non-identification, and acceptance, we can begin to develop emotional wisdom and respond more skillfully to our emotions in tough times. Emotional wisdom involves understanding the underlying causes of our emotions and discerning the most appropriate and compassionate response to them. For example, if we are feeling angry, emotional wisdom might involve recognizing that our anger stems from a deeper feeling of hurt or vulnerability. By acknowledging and addressing this underlying emotion, we can respond to our anger in a more compassionate and constructive manner, rather than lashing out or suppressing our feelings. Skillful response also involves taking appropriate action to address the challenges we face in our lives. This may involve setting healthy boundaries, seeking support from friends or loved ones, or engaging in self-care activities that nourish our mind, body, and spirit. By responding skillfully to our emotions, we can foster greater emotional resilience and well-being, even in the face of life's inevitable challenges. Cultivating compassion and loving kindness is an essential aspect of handling emotions in tough times. Compassion involves recognizing and empathizing with the suffering of ourselves and others, while loving kindness is the active expression of care, concern, and goodwill towards all beings. By cultivating compassion and loving kindness, we can create a supportive and nurturing emotional environment, allowing us to navigate our emotions with greater ease and grace. Handling emotions in tough times is an essential aspect of our spiritual journey and personal growth. By understanding the nature of emotions, cultivating mindfulness and emotional awareness, practicing non-identification and acceptance, developing emotional wisdom and skillful response, and cultivating compassion and loving kindness, we can navigate the challenges of life with greater ease, grace, and inner peace. Lesson 6. Confronting the past. To confront our past, we must first understand the nature of clinging and its role in our suffering. By recognizing that our attachment to the past is a source of pain, we can begin to cultivate the willingness to let go and move forward. Mindfulness and self-compassion are essential tools in confronting our past. By being present with our thoughts and emotions, we can develop a deeper understanding of how our past experiences continue to impact us in the present. This awareness allows us to approach our past with kindness and understanding, rather than judgment or avoidance. When practicing mindfulness, it's important to observe our thoughts and emotions without becoming identified with them. This detachment enables us to see our past experiences more objectively, allowing us to gain insight into their true nature and the lessons they offer. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness, care, and understanding that we would offer to a dear friend. By extending compassion to ourselves, we create a safe and supported space for healing and growth. Forgiveness is a powerful practice that allows us to release the emotional burdens of our past. In Buddhism, forgiveness is not about condoning or excusing harmful actions, but rather about freeing ourselves from the pain and resentment that result from holding on to past grievances. To cultivate forgiveness, we can practice loving-kindness meditation, extending feelings of love, compassion, and goodwill towards ourselves and others. As we develop a deeper sense of connection and empathy, we may find it easier to forgive and let go of the past. In Buddhism, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, known as samsara, is driven by our ignorance and attachment to the self. Our past experiences contribute to this cycle, as we carry the karmic imprints of our actions from one life to the next. To break the cycle of samsara and find lasting peace, we must cultivate wisdom and understanding. This involves recognizing the interconnectedness of all things, the impermanence of our experiences, and the ultimate emptiness of the self. By developing this wisdom, we can transcend our past and find true liberation. One of the most powerful ways to confront and heal from our past is by embracing the present moment. In Buddhism, The present moment is seen as the only true reality, as it is the only point in time where we can experience life directly. By focusing our attention on the present moment, we can begin to let go of our attachment to the past and find greater peace and contentment in our lives. This can be achieved through mindfulness meditation, which involves focusing on a single point of concentration, such as the breath, and gently bringing our attention back whenever it wanders. Confronting our past can be a challenging and emotional process, and it's essential to seek support and guidance from trusted friends, family members, or spiritual advisors. By understanding the nature of clinging, practicing mindfulness, and self-compassion, cultivating forgiveness, breaking the cycle of samsara, embracing the present moment, seeking support and guidance, and engaging in spiritual practices, we can heal from our past experiences and move forward with clarity, inner peace, and a renewed sense of purpose. By embracing impermanence, understanding emptiness, cultivating mindfulness, practicing loving kindness, developing a healthier relationship with our emotions, and learning to let go of the past, we can navigate life's challenges with grace, wisdom, and inner peace. May these teachings inspire and guide you on your journey towards self-discovery, growth, and enlightenment.